Oh, how's that? Do we have sound now? Let me know in the questions. I think it should work. Perfect. All right, let's start again. Yeah, good morning. This is our FTX watch list. Sorry about that. I had no sound for some reason. I think that's fixed now. So yeah, having a look at Bitcoin. Huge sell-off yesterday, 15%. And it looks like we are going to continue that selling off today. You know, we're already down 3.5%. So the unfortunate thing is that we have no real trends on Bitcoin. If we go all the way down to the 4 hour, nothing there. Have a look at the 1, nothing really there. A bit of a pullback, but not really a trend. So I think it's the 15-minute is the only time frame that I'm watching on Bitcoin at the moment, where we've had a lower low, lower high, and we've pushed lower. So a pullback on that 15 is what I'm watching on Bitcoin. But saying that, we could, you know, I was just having a look earlier where, you know, where's the next level of support? Because at the moment we're sort of hovering in no man's land. And you know what? There's a little bit of something here around the $17,000 mark, but failing that, you know, 12,500, we could definitely move lower. Whether I hope we do, look, if it provides trading opportunities, I'm happy. All right, good morning, everyone. Sorry about the sound issue. I think we're all sorted now. G'day, Bobby. Yeah, so nothing really on Bitcoin. It's the 15-minute time frame that we're watching. We do know that when markets move quite quickly, it's those lower time frames that do present the opportunities for trading. Let's have a look at Ethereum now. On the daily, another one that's had a massive sell-off over the last few days. Yesterday was 15%. And the next level of support, you know, we've only got this data to go off. And 12,000, yeah, a significant number, but it looks like we've crashed through that. So the next level that's really a significant level is the $1,000 mark. And that's around there. So a little bit of wiggle room. I'm not saying that we will drop and bounce off that. You know, this is crypto. We can do anything. I'm just saying that historically that's where it has bounced, and you know, it is a $1,000 round number. But if we look lower, there isn't too much cyclicity. The 4 hour, a little bit of a trend where we've had a lower low and a pullback, but it's not really for me. The 1 hour, nothing there. You know, we've just moved sideways. So again, similar to Bitcoin, I think I'll just be focusing on these lower time frames. Bit of a level forming here. We could probably go up. For those of you that know what I'm looking at here, a breakout could potentially set up. Failing that, a break and retest. But yeah, not too much. BSV was one I wanted to talk about. I'm not saying that there's trades there right away, but it is one that has a nice 2 hour trend. And this is what I'd be looking for throughout the whole FTX list, is these 2 hour trends. Had a nice pullback. I was hoping for a small bearish candle there. It doesn't look like we're going to get that. The reason it's the 2 hour is because it is backed up by the 4, right? So we've got a 4 hour trend. We do have a number of tokens that are pulling back on the 4. They were before this video. It looks like we're seeing some selling off right now. But the reason we can't is because the 8 hour time frame just isn't trending. You know, there's very average trends out there on the 8 hour time frame. So we can watch the 2 and hope for pullbacks. Failing that, if we do continue to see moves to the downside, it's definitely these lower time frames. Probably the 15-minute. I don't like trading the 5 minutes, the 15 and the 30. That if I do have to go lower, that's what I'll be watching. And it does help that we do have trends on the 2 and the 4. But yeah, there's nothing there at the moment. I'd love a breakout trade to the short side with a nice tight stop, just to have some exposure to the short side. But yeah, there's nothing there straight away. Atom, another one that was looking good on the 2. We did, you know, that triggered at 8 o'clock this morning. Well done, 21. That did get that. Unfortunately, it was the early this morning that did present those 2 hour cradles for us. I missed them. I was actually at the gym. Crappy time to go. But yeah, they are there. So across the board, I think it's focusing on these 15-minute time frames and waiting for cyclicity to come in and some pullbacks. It may not be for another a couple of hours, but it's probably a good thing to let this market settle and figure out its next move. Audio, same thing, 2-hour time frame, had a nice pullback. Now it's just focusing on these lower time frames. If these twos don't play out and they tend to pull back, yeah, we can look at the 4, but we need to make sure that those 8-hour time frames are backing that trend. Elrond, another one with that 2-hour time frame. Let's have a look at the 15. All right, so we've got a lower high. So yeah, it's focusing on these 15-minute time frames. Phantom, I think it was the 4-hour on Phantom. We've got a juicy 4-hour candle there, but this is a great example of what we don't have, is an 8-hour trend. So we can't really trade that 4-hour time frame. But if it does pull back on this 4-hour and we do get signs of moving lower, definitely go to these lower time frames. We've got a lower high there already. If we get a lower low, pull back, bang, we've got that downtrend on the 15-minute time frame backed by a 4-hour cradle. GMT, similar to the others, it was the 2-hour time frame. It did trigger at 8 o'clock this morning, and Hedera, same thing. But yeah, overall, I think my approach to the market today is going to be a focus on these 15-minute time frames, but I will do a full scan. Filter out those that are pulling back on the 2 and the 4-hour time frame. I don't tend to trade the lower time frames without at least a trend on the 2 and the 4. So I'll filter out those. Have a it's probably going to be quite a large list on the 4-hour time frame or the 2, and then focus on these 15 minutes. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, interesting times on Bitcoin at the moment. We have been talking about this capitulation event at the moment. If we think about it on a fundamental level, a lot of, there's a lot of on-chain data out there that's saying, people have been accumulating through this whole bear market, and most of the accumulation happened around this, just below the $30,000 mark. So a lot of people are underwater at the moment, and now it's just a game, who can stick out this pain. We're in a deep pain threshold. Who can stick it out? Because the sellers, there comes a time when the sellers do get exhausted and people are out of tokens to sell, and the only thing left is buying. So we do tend to see a big capitulation event like this to wipe out any margin long trades, wipe out any weak hands, and then we do tend to move higher. But I'm not saying that's now. Sometimes they can last weeks or months, but this is just the start. So unfortunately, we found support here, but we didn't bounce and go higher. We've broken that, so who knows where we can go from here. But as traders, what we can do is focus on what's in front of us, the trends, and trade those trends. You're going to put an order in at 1K on ETH. That's probably not a bad buying option. Yeah, the Flamingo pump and dump, I was having a look at that this morning. That was massive. I'm steering clear of that. I'm not sure what happened with that token. I actually took yesterday off. So today is the first day looking at the market, and what a surprise it's been. But yeah, there are a few tokens out there that are in the green, which is quite a surprise. And a lot of alts that are moving less than Bitcoin, which is quite odd as well. Bitcoin could be down 4%, and there's a lot of alts that may be down 1 or 2%, which is, yeah, doesn't happen very often. So a lot of, I think, long-term holders of Bitcoin are just selling their position, freaking out, and hopefully we see some experienced money come in and buy and push it back up. But yeah, only time will tell. 10K Bitcoin, you heard it here first. Hey Bobby, 10K. I think 12.5K is probably quite viable, but we'll see. So yeah, focus on those 15-minute time frames, back by the 30. If you can, back by the 2 and the 4-hour cradles as well. That's going to be my plan of attack. But we'll see. We'll see if we can see what these 15-minute time frames are telling us. Whether we get a low to a high, that will keep us out of trades to the low side. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll be in the community. Craig's in the community. I think he's doing a video today on the current market conditions and how you should manage your mindset and approach these markets. I know it can be a scary time for those that haven't lived through a bear market, but yeah, fingers crossed it does bounce back and everyone's happy again. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again on Thursday.